What's up, guys? We are live from the Brojo for another episode of the Takedown Breakdown, episode 2. I think the idea now is I'm thinking we do it on Monday. So the schedule's kind of changed. So this will be the first thing that comes out Monday. Then Tuesday, the news comes out. Then Wednesday, the video game podcast comes out. So this will be the first thing you listen to, kind of like what I did when I first started all this stuff. So I'm Kien.
And I'm Zac.
So, we have a few news stories to go into. So, last week, Enzo Amore was taken off of the roster.
He was released, yes. This was big news.
It was due to sexual allegations. And
he was the current Cruiserweight champion, too, so this is very bad.
Well, bad is a term that can be used in different things. Like, I don't think it's bad because I didn't personally like him as our cruiserweight champion.
But I mean, as far as storylines go.
Storyline goes, yeah, because the Zo train no longer is going to be a thing, which actually I'm pretty stoked about.
So am I. But Cedric didn't get his opportunity at the Royal Rumble tonight.
Which he could.
Against Enzo, I mean.
Yeah, well, yeah. Which is understandable. Recently, Fox has been trying to court WWE to have a company deal when the USA Network reaches its end. Another person reveals Facebook and Amazon are hoping to WWE away from their current home.
I didn't know that was in the news today.
This was from the news throughout the week that I pick up.
Oh, okay.
So it's so for me that's interesting because I have Amazon Prime, so I guess that works for me.
Not for me.
Well, I mean, you could borrow mine, but Facebook would be weird.
Yeah, that would be pretty weird.
I kind of would not be for that.
Maybe they're testing out with the mixed match challenge.
Yeah, I think that could be. Peter Dune has been delivering plenty.
You mean Pete Dunne?
Yeah, sorry. Fuck off. 5 matches of the WWE United Kingdom champion. It now appears he will be. Obviously, he didn't make it to the Royal Rumble, but he canceled.
Yeah.
His home shows. So the idea was they thought he was going to be part of the Rumble, but that actually didn't happen. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
CM Punk's first foray into the world of MMA didn't exactly go according to plan,
Nope.
but former WWE champion has nothing if not tenacious. Now Dana White has confirmed that he's going to give Punk another shot, and I'm just saying, man.
I mean, he's been allowed to train a little more now, so he could be pretty
good.
good
I know,
now.
but he hyped himself up so much and then got his ass kicked.
Yeah, there was a lot of hype around this one, but I think Punk has something to prove this time, so he's really going to bring it. But at the same time, it could happen again.
Right.
Maybe not in 2 minutes, but, I expect him to actually bring it this time.
So what is your NJPW news that you have for me, Zachary?
I think yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, was the New Beginning in Sapporo. I don't think I said that right. I'm sorry, but the big news from that is apparently Kenny Omega has been kicked out of the Bullet Club.
Yes. Wow.
He was in a match with Switchblade Jay White, and for the IWGP United States Championship, he lost. And then apparently Adam Page might be the next contender for it because he came out and took the belt from Jay White.
Right. Okay.
Kenny took the belt back, gave it to Jay, and then basically the rest of the elite portion of Bullet Club came out to question Kenny, and Kenny wasn't having any of it, and he got into another shoving match with Cody Rhodes, or just Cody now, I guess, in Japan.
Is just Cody.
So basically they made it seem like everything was cool, and Cody opened the ropes for him to leave, and instead he took him from behind and hit crossroads on him, and he was kicked out of Bullet Club. But as the rest of the elite were about to beat down Kenny, Kota Ibushi came and saved him.
Right on.
Yeah, and of course, my history on this isn't that great because I just started watching New Japan 2 years ago. But Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi were a very good tag team from what I hear, called the Golden Lovers.
Yeah, no, I get you. So, Zach, do you watch the football?
No, not at all.
Well, Vince McMahon is making the XFL.
I heard about that. I wasn't very thrilled about it, but,
It's weird. Maybe he'll, not fuck up my storylines. I guess.
I
I think I'm gonna go with that. But like, so yeah, and the Super Bowl was tonight, and we didn't watch it. So I actually
the Super Bowl's tonight?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no.
Isn't it next week?
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
What the fuck, Kien? I'm fucking dumb. Okay. Yeah.
It's
Super
late at
Bowl
night.
is
We'll
on
give you a
tonight.
pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways.
It's always a week before the Super Bowl.
But
Fuck,
football,
I remember
man. Football.
Yeah, no.
Close enough.
Did you ever, so you never knew, did you know about the original, like, failure of the XFL?
I just watched kind of like a mini explanation on it a few days ago.
There was no prep time.
Yeah, they basically had like, what, a month to prepare?
About 3 months.
Yeah, a couple months to prepare. They kind of... It was just weird. The rules were different from the regular NFL.
Because they wanted to be much more aggressive.
Right.
So
and that
was
kind
the
of
thing.
backfired on them because I think it was like, what? One of the games, they didn't do a coin... Did they do a coin toss?
I think so.
I know that one of the ways to determine who was going to take the ball first was they had to rush down the field and grab the ball, two of the players. And when that happened, one of the players separated his shoulder doing that, so I think they got rid of that. But, you know, Vince McMahon, I guess the XFL's coming back. We'll just have to see how it goes. But
Yeah.
you said 2020, right?
2020.
So he
got
has
2
more
years.
time to prepare.
Yeah. Well,
And he made his own company, Alpha Entertainment?
yeah, I think so. And
Or Incorporated, something like that.
I mean, like, I'm not really 100%, I'm not worried about any of this.
Right.
They're doing just fine without him.
This might sound hypocritical, maybe because I don't watch football at all, but I might check out the XFL just to see how it goes.
Because you're a terrible person.
Yeah, pretty much.
You want to support Vince, like, yeah, it's fine.
Not really, but I know of the failure, and I want to see if this time it'll be different.
I think it's going to be, like, bad still.
Well, we'll see.
So, the first thing we're going to talk about, our weekly recap, is the Raw 25th anniversary. You are
man.
younger than I am, so
Yeah.
it's funny how that works to me, because, like,
Why?
I'm 24, so it came out, like, a year before I was born.
Oh.
And, that means it came out 4 years before you were born. 3?
I was born in 97 when the first episode of Raw
Yeah,
was
4 years before
93,
you were,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
4 years before you were born.
Yeah.
So, it's super. It was. I don't know. I guess I wasn't a big fan of it.
I
like
wasn't
everyone
either.
else was. I guess the highlight is the opening with Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Yeah, that was a pretty good
and
opening.
man, I didn't like the Undertaker stuff.
The Undertaker returning and just cutting a promo, that was kind of confusing me because everyone assumed this was going to set up a John Cena match at WrestleMania, and it didn't. So I wonder what this promo was about.
He's gonna fight John Cena at WrestleMania. That's what the rumors say.
To be honest, I really don't want to because I think
I
he
wouldn't
should just
want to
stay
either.
retired.
Yeah, well, he's old as shit.
That and he looks a little healthier now than
He's
he did before.
Old as shit.
Yes, he is. So that's another reason why. Also because he just had hip surgery last year.
Yeah.
So I don't think he should get back in the ring.
We saw like a 3-way tag match between Sasha Banks, Asuka, Bayley, and Mickie James.
I think it was just an 8-person tag match.
8-person tag match, whatever,
Yeah.
man. Like,
I'm sorry.
There was 8 people fighting.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
and
also.
Sasha won the match for her team with the bank statement on Alicia,
And a
and then
submission.
Asuka basically went all crazy and
Yeah.
acted like it was the women's Royal Rumble and just threw everyone out of the ring.
Which is understandable.
Yep.
Random legends congregate backstage. Damn it.
Yeah,
So-
this was the old general managers, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And Boogeyman.
And the Boogeyman, and I'm just like, man, what the fuck ever.
Yeah, that was
Like,
kinda
why
weird.
do you need Boogeyman? Like, what purpose does he?
He's weird, and
Yeah.
he used to scare Teddy Long all the time.
Yeah,
So
he has a cryptic promo, like we were talking about
the Undertaker, yeah.
Poker with the APA.
This went on for like what, 4 separate segments?
Man, I was getting sick of it.
I mean, if it would have ended with MVP and Jeff Hardy coming back, that would have been fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it led to a tag team match between Titus Worldwide and Heath Slater and Rhino, which we'll get to later in the show.
Yeah, so Raw general managers honored. Then The Miz comes out, Daniel Bryan and The Miz look at each other, and that's pretty much all I got.
Can I say it was great to see Eric Bischoff back?
Yeah, he's
that was
old
awesome.
as shit too, and I'm like, God dang.
You think everyone's old as shit? They are, but at the same time, it's great to see them back.
I will bring this up with our Royal Rumble conversation and why I consider that. So then we go to the Intercontinental Championship. Miz defeats Roman Reigns to win the title back.
Yay!
We did talk about like possibility of Roman Reigns using steroids at one time. I'm not saying that's probably why. But like during the Royal Rumble, I was really worried that they were gonna do another Reigns-centric thing, but they didn't.
Yeah,
we'll get into that when we talk about the Rumble.
But yeah, Miz is Intercontinental Champion again. Hooray! I'm not that excited about it, to be honest with you, because his shtick with the Intercontinental title has kind of become formulaic in a way. Like I can't really put this into the right words, but he seems to just...
He's just I'm a Hollywood guy, bro.
Yeah, and,
awesome.
His promos kind of follow the same formula. Like, he'll talk about the Intercontinental title for a while, then he'll bring up, like, some internet wrestling community comments about his opponent and all that stuff.
Right. It gets old.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be real, it gets old.
But his matches have been pretty good, though, so...
Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and Ric Flair meet backstage.
There wasn't much to that.
It was just them.
But it's great. It's great to see Ric Flair back after that giant health scare last year.
Yeah.
So to see him walking around like he is, it's good to see him back. It's good.
Bray Wyatt defeats Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Yeah, whatever. Just fuck this.
Delete. He doesn't want to talk about it.
I don't like broken Matt Hardy. I think it's stupid.
Matt Hardy.
Whatever. I don't fucking like that.
I do, yeah.
I think Bray Wyatt is like a dirty, grody, backwoods Undertaker.
It's interesting that they made this match happen because it was only like, from what I remember, a 4-minute match. So I don't think that's the blow off. I think they're gonna keep going. But it was just kind of weird just to see like a little 4-minute match. Like you think they'd save that for a bigger pay-per-view because there has been one of the dream opponents for a woken Matt Hardy or / broken Matt Hardy was Bray Wyatt. So I wonder if this is a continuation of a feud or if that is the blow-off, that's kind of a weak one.
Chris Jericho talks with Elias.
Alpha! He came back.
That's what bothered me. Like,
what?
I wanted it to be because he had a fucking awesome run at Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the last one with the list.
No, with Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he was a fucking badass. And he came back to just be the list.
The badassery still kind of carried over. Did you hear that pop for him?
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Like I can understand because he's fine with just being the joke character.
It's
but
two different products, though.
But that's the thing. Like, in NJPW, he was an actual legitimate threat.
Either way, to me, Chris Jericho is still one of the most respected wrestlers right now or ever. So I think the fans really appreciated seeing him again, especially after that strong run in New Japan.
Right. And then John Cena and Elias fight. That's pretty much it.
That was cool.
Really?
I like seeing Elias kind of go over in that fight. And you're not a fan of Elias,
I don't walk with Elias now.
I kind of do, but
I'm not for it, man.
One has to wonder if that was supposed to be Samoa Joe in that point, because he did call out John Cena in a promo before he got injured. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if Elias got that spot.
Assuming so. That's at least what it feels like.
Yeah. And then Mark Henry and the Godfather reunite backstage.
Yeah, they do.
Something about growing up. And him mistaking Godfather's wife as one of his, hoes from the hoe train. But Godfather says that's his wife, and that's basically the segment.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Well.
But hey, whatever. It was funny to hear Godfather reference Mark Henry as sexual chocolate, though, from back in the day.
Yeah. The Dudley Boys clear the ring, and that was actually pretty cool to me.
Yeah, seeing the Dudleys come back was pretty cool.
Mean Gene Okerlund interviews AJ Styles.
Okerlund.
Whatever, man.
I'm just giving you shit.
Okerlund. And then Degeneration X and fucking...
The Balor Club.
The Balor Club are apparently bros.
They did too sweet each other. And there won't be any cease and desist.
Yeah, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson defeat the Revival.
That was a quick match, but the big note, I think, from that was really DX unleashing their finishing moves on... DX and Finn Balor unleashing their finishing moves on the Revival. So,
yeah.
Which a lot of people didn't like. I didn't like it that much either, but it is what it is, I guess.
And they destroyed, and Kane, Braun Strowman, and Brock Lesnar fight shit again.
So, is Brock Lesnar's new go-home segment every time in his feuds just a pull-apart brawl?
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
All right.
I'm sick of it. I'm getting really sick of it.
This is pretty formulaic.
Yeah, man. Then we go to Smackdown, and AJ Styles faces Owen and Zayn 2 days early and beats them both, doesn't he?
He beat Kevin Owens with the calf crusher. Sami Zayn beat AJ, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. And so how did that happen?
From what I saw, AJ quickly dispatched of Kevin Owens with the calf crusher, and then during his match with Zayn, he would keep getting distracted and go back and try and soften up Kevin Owens for the handicap match at the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And it cost him in the end because Zayn hit the haluva kick and then surprisingly used the Blue Thunder Bomb to get the victory, which is usually just his signature move. So that was kind of cool to see the Blue Thunder Bomb get the pinfall this time.
So, and then Chad Gable defeated Jey Uso.
It was probably a good match. I'm going to be honest here, everyone. I didn't see the first hour.
Oh, it's fine. And Naomi defeated Liv Morgan.
Surprise. It's kind of sad to see that the Riot
Shinsuke
Squad is
Nakamura
losing.
versus Baron Corbin ended in no contest.
I heard this was actually a really good match from what I saw.
It was because fucking Randy...
Not because Randy Orton ran in, because
the
match was actually
but then
going
it got
good.
like fucking ruined by Randy Orton.
I mean, he could have waited till afterwards.
Yeah,
but
it was dumb. Like, fucking hate Randy Orton too.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I don't like... Okay. Alright, I'm one of those people that have gotten sick of, it's an RKO out of nowhere.
Okay, I don't care for that, but I'm not sick of Randy Orton completely. And then other news, Bobby Roode and the New Day defeated Jinder Mahal, and I'm calling them Rusev Day, because that's their catchphrase now.
Yeah, that's stupid too.
And it was pretty good tag team match. I love Xavier Woods' elbow drop when he just walks on the top rope and then just hits it.
No, I get you. And then we go into 205 Live, and the first thing we hear about is Daniel Bryan explaining to us that
Enzo Amore is no longer Cruiserweight Champion.
And we wonder who the new general manager is.
We could have gotten our answer here at Royal Rumble.
Right, but the first match is Grand Metalik,
Lince Dorado and
Kalisto defeat Tony Nese, TJP, and Arya Daivari. Which, fun fact, two of them were part of the original Train, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, Tony Nese and Arya Daivari.
Yeah.
TJP, I think, just came back from injuries, so he has no tie-ins with them.
And he was just a little douche. That's really all I got.
Again, TJP right now, the way he's acting reminds me of Chris Jericho when he first arrived in WCW and was throwing tantrums.
Yeah, and that's what it reminds me of. But to me, I think that kind of bothers me personally. Like, I don't know.
I haven't really seen much of it, so I can't really comment on it.
And then they kicked the shit out of him.
That's a surprise.
So backstage at a podium,
really.
Drew Gulak in a suit voices a supported decision for a new GM for 205 Live. And he's like, man, I could be the GM.
That'd be alright, I guess.
Tommy.
It's not going to happen.
Insert the prompt from Tommy before the match. He says what happened to Brian Kendrick was not his fault. Injuries happened, but he respects Kendrick. He does not respect Gallagher. And Hideo Itami defeats Jack Gallagher via pinfall and inverted facelock dropped into a PO kick knee strike.
That's interesting to me because, like I said, the GTS could be banned. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Nigel McGuinness was calling Hideo Itami a great innovator of finishers. So if he's using that as his new finisher, I like it. I thought it looked pretty cool.
Then Akira Tozawa on a cell phone video auditioning for the GM, showing off his Vince impression by telling some backstage guy he's fired.
Yeah, that was just a little, 30-second comedy clip, so, yeah.
And Alexander also says, he's like, man, I'm still going to get it, and I'm like, that's good. And then he beats Mustafa Ali.
This was a great match, by the way.
Yeah.
I watched that entire thing. It got This Is Awesome chance, which is something you don't really see on 205 Live because it follows Smackdown.
Right, and that's the thing. It's super fun, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't get a chance to see 205 Live unless they have the network or they have Hulu. and like they post it the day afterwards. But like you really don't get to see the cool shit like that.
Can I just say Cedric Alexander's like rebound Spanish Fly is still really awesome to see every time.
And then we go into WWE NXT.
Woo!
Recap of what happened this week before we go to Takeover. So No Way, was it No Way Jose?
Yep, No Way Jose defeated Cesar Bononi. And it was a quick match, basically kind of like a squash.
Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler come face-to-face days before their title match.
Yeah, it was basically just Ember saying, I've worked really hard to get this title. You're not going to take it from me. And Shayna was just basically just like, we'll see. I don't follow the rules here at NXT. I make my own rules.
And we are more TM61 shit.
I like seeing their history because I wasn't familiar with TM61, but I knew that they were a decorated tag team.
Yeah. And then Johnny Gargano faces off against the Velveteen Dream.
Another good match. I like this match.
It is. I mean, it was an interesting one. And then we go to the Philadelphia Takeover.
Yay!
And tag team. What the fuck? The WWE NXT Tag Team match. Champions, Undisputed Era, O'Reilly and Fish versus the Authors of Pain.
This was kind of like classic tag team psychology with Fish and O'Reilly because they were going after, I don't remember which Author of Pain it was, but they just kept targeting the leg using their submission holds on them. Mm-hmm. And then, the other one got the hot tag, kind of ran through them. So, yeah, it was kind of like a pretty good tag team match, though.
Man, I get
follow a good formula.
That was very interesting. Velveteen Dream then takes on Cassius Ohno.
Yeah, that was also pretty good. I love the Purple Rainmaker. That's a pretty good elbow drop.
Mm-hmm. Then we go to the Extreme Rules match between Aleister Black and Adam Cole, and that fucking was awesome.
Yeah, that thing.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was. There was just some.
There were a lot of great highlights. I loved the. Adam Cole and Aleister Black holding the kendo sticks, and then Black just throws his down. He's like, come at me. And he just ducks, and he just keeps dodging the kendo stick, and then he finally just kicks it away from him. And that, it looked like a mushroom stomp, but they called it a diving double knee onto Adam Cole through the announce table. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. And
Fish and O'Reilly and Sanity got involved at one point, so that's going to continue their feud.
Yeah, and then NXT's Women's Champion, I jumped over.
Aleister Black won, by the way. Great match.
Aleister Black won, and then Ember Moon faces against Shayna Baszler.
Baszler.
What the fuck ever?
Oh, it's her name.
Yeah.
Shayna is a pretty good badass, I will say.
She's a grappler.
Yeah, that arm stomp that she does makes me cringe every time because it legit looks like she either broke her arm or dislocated it. Yeah. And she wrenched on that pretty good. It's amazing that Ember Moon survived in that arm bar for so long.
Right.
And I like the finish of her. I don't remember if this was before or after, but her hitting the Eclipse and then her just selling the hell out of her.
Man, that was pretty fucking intense.
Yeah.
These were good matches.
And then she put her back in the armbar and she just got her with a roll up. It was pretty good. And then Baszler just went crazy and choked her out at the end.
Yeah. And then we go into the NXT Champion match. I don't know how to say that guy.
Andrade Cien Almas
versus Johnny Gargano. This was an interesting match too.
This was also a very good match. It was like one of those has Johnny Gargano learned from his past matches because they said he was 0-2 against Andrade Cien Almas, which he was. This was a really good match. One of the interesting notes to me was Zelina Vega getting interfering a couple times, and then Candice LeRae jumped the barricade and basically took her out.
Yeah.
But in the end, Andrade Cien Almas won with a hammerlock DDT, hung him up on the top rope, and then hit him, kind of like similar how he won it against Drew McIntyre. And then at the end, when Andrade Cien Almas was gone, Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano were up on the stage, just staring out there, and Tommaso Ciampa returned.
Yeah.
Hit him with the crutch. So we are getting Gargano versus Ciampa, and that's going to be a great feud.
That's good.
And also, in other news, War Machine and EC3 and Ricochet were also at TakeOver Philadelphia, so they're going to be making their NXT debuts here pretty soon.
Hopefully.
Because War Machine is a great tag team. Ricochet has made headlines. He broke the IWC with Will Ospreay in the Best of the Super Juniors, I think in 2015, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2016 with their match. So he's got a good reputation, all three of these guys. And EC3 was a cornerstone of Impact Wrestling for a while.
Right on. So now we get into the Royal Rumble. And unfortunately, Zach missed a couple of these matches.
Yeah, I was at work. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You missed the first 5 matches.
5? Jesus Christ.
Well, there was the pre-show matches.
Thank God I got the network.
Yeah, like Bobby Roode beat Mojo Rawley.
Thank God.
The Revival beat Luke Gallows and Anderson.
I mean, you got to get their heat back.
The Luchador wrestlers fought again against TJP, and TJP was mad again.
So he threw a Chris Jericho fit.
Yeah. But the thing that I wanted to bring up was AJ Styles pins Kevin Owens. This was actually an interesting match. I thought it was actually extremely fun. The one that I watched. It was a 15-minute match, so that was the thing that was super surprising.
Okay.
It was high-paced action the entire time to me.
How did Kevin Owens' leg seem? Because I hear he could possibly be injured.
Yeah, it didn't seem very good.
Was he in the match for long?
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Did AJ work over it a lot?
Yeah.
All right.
It was a fun match. I thought it was enjoyable. Then we go to the Usos defeated Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
American Beta.
Again, it was a quick match, man.
Really? I expected this to go like 20 minutes.
It was 13 minutes.
Oh wow.
But like it's a tag match though. That's why
it was probably a quick-paced, in your face, great match though.
They got the Usos got the first pin and then they got the second pin and they were done.
Really? So it was just a clean sweep?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
2-0.
That's not what I was expecting.
Then we go to the Royal Rumble actually, and this is where this
is where I came in at.
It was a very awesome Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of fucking shit that was going on. Like a lot.
I walked in on Baron Corbin just destroying everyone because he got eliminated.
Yeah.
And Heath Slater got kicked around by everyone. Like, he came out, Corbin clotheslined him, and then everybody that came out after him just kept kicking him around.
Oh, yeah, they kept kicking the shit out of him. The Hurricane came back.
That was pretty cool.
That was really cool.
He was thrown out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Also, an interesting note, Heath Slater eliminated Sheamus in, like, 15 seconds.
It happens.
Yeah, but it's kind of interesting that it would happen to Sheamus. So...
But Seth Rollins got betrayed by Roman Reigns.
I don't care about that at all. I mean, I don't think it's going to set up a friendly rivalry between them. But you never know. It could be. It very well could be. And I'd be okay with it. They had a good match at Money in the Bank in, I think it was 2016. And I don't remember if there were any matches in between that. But yeah, they can produce good matches.
No. Yeah, I totally understand.
And the winner
was Shinsuke Nakamura, but before that, I was fucking worried it was going to be Roman Reigns because, like, Zach's like, yeah, he just tweeted he's going to be in the thing, and he was 28. And I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, we were kind of scared it was going to be Roman Reigns. The Final Four came down to Reigns, Cena, Balor, and Nakamura. So that was pretty interesting. I said this, it was like the two former independent wrestlers
versus the most overrated wrestlers in the league.
I wouldn't say overrated because they got good in-ring skills, but they're like the two. They're the two faces that the WWE wants us to
like, but you don't like.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like them, but you know, I'm not like one of those. Oh my God, one guy. So. But yeah,
I did get mad when I did tell you that I got to see Seth Rollins. So like,
I was pretty mad.
But no,
that's only because I really like Seth Rollins.
He's a really cool dude. But like when you look at it like that, it was a fun match.
Yeah. It
was exciting. Kofi Kingston stepped on a pancake.
Yeah, and then Jinder Mahal tried to toss him out, and then that was an awesome spot. How he like. Got on the New Day's hands and they alley-ooped him back up. And then Jinder got thrown out and they just started throwing pancakes at him.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
I mean, it was a fun fun Royal Rumble. I'm really glad Shinsuke Nakamura chose it.
The final two, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was on the edge of my seat because I didn't know if it was going to be Reigns or Nakamura.
It looked like Reigns because Reigns kept pointing to the fucking sign.
Yeah, but another thing is I realized in Royal Rumbles that when the loser usually does that, that usually means that they're going to lose it because they keep getting distracted saying, I'm going to the main event of WrestleMania.
Oh, that's very interesting.
And then they get tossed out. But yeah, Nakamura won. Our prediction was correct.
Yeah, I was really stoked. And then he chose AJ Styles as the champion he wants to face. And so
if you saw Wrestle Kingdom 10, you know what these two can do. And if you're as big of a fan of wrestling as we are, you are pumped for this.
It really does get me super excited because, like, I remember Jesse predicted this, fucking 7 months ago because we were talking about it on the show. He's like, if Shinsuke can get his English game up more, for real, like he has a shot to take. And he's like, Styles is getting one of the titles. Styles is either going to get the U.S. title or is it the Universal title? No, it's not.
It's the WWE. It's the regular WWE.
It's the regular WWE Championship. He's going to get one of those two, and those two are going to face off.
Yeah.
And so he was right.
Yep.
So post-mortem correct, I guess.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse. But it's going to be interesting because, like, what this really does for me, though, personally, when I look at it, it frees up Kevin, like, if Kevin Owens isn't injured, it frees up Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to fucking
take on the Usos for the tag team.
Yeah, be an actual tag team.
Yeah.
And I think that would be awesome. I think that's a really cool idea.
Matches.
Yeah. And that's what I want.
Right.
But you never know.
Yeah. There's a huge question mark on if Kevin Owens is actually injured. But seeing as how AJ made quick work of him on SmackDown, it kind of raises the question, or if he's just that good at selling.
Yeah. Who knows? And, like, I just hope it's not that he's injured.
Right.
But, I mean, what were some of your favorite parts of the Rumble?
The Hurricane coming back, because that was unexpected. Kofi Kingston's annual Royal Rumble save.
Man, I fucking hated the Hurricane.
No, you didn't. You got a good kick out of it.
I got a good kick out of it. I was fucking just...
I
was confused. I was like, why?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have his green hair, though. I think that's what I was mad about.
I was just mad about the fact that he got thrown out after, like, 30 seconds.
Fucking Rey Mysterio came back.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio came back. I can't believe I forgot. I was trying to remember that one big return.
He 619 the shit out of everybody.
Yeah. It was good to see him get a good reaction, because the last Royal Rumble he was in was 2014, when he came out at number 30, and people wanted to be Daniel Bryan, and they booed him out of the arena because he wasn't Daniel Bryan. So it was good to see him get a good reaction this time around. I'm pretty sure he was happy about that.
I'd be fucking pissed off too. Like, man, I just came here to...
But yeah, it was awesome seeing Rey Mysterio back. He could be the new 205 Live GM.
Actually, that's the thing that we were talking about. Like, he just randomly fucking shows up, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm pretty positive he might be the GM.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Like, that'd be pretty dope, though.
Also, one of my other favorites was just the final four of seeing Nakamura, Balor, Cena, and Reigns, because it really did show, like, two guys that the fans want to be pushed versus the two guys who the fans feel is over-pushed, and to see them clash. Also, another cool thing was the final six. I don't remember who was with Balor and Nakamura. Do you remember? Was it, no, it was Reigns, but it was Reigns, Balor, Nakamura versus
Cena.
The New Era versus Cena, Orton, and Rey Mysterio, the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah.
So to me, it was cool to see those two eras clash together, and it was a good Royal Rumble.
Yeah, no, I really fucking enjoyed it. Like, that was a good round to me.
Yeah.
And, like, oh, he did have dreads. I was just looking at Rey Mysterio's
Okay,
photos.
so Rey Mysterio did have dreads in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, but I think it was part of his mask.
Oh, okay. Well, that's alright, too.
Because he's always bald.
Right.
But, like, no, and then we go into... Well, we didn't see this. Like, okay, we're going to be really honest. We kind of, like, walked out because I was fucking pumped.
Yeah, we were way too pumped about Nakamura winning.
But apparently,
The Bar won back the tag titles.
Tag team title, which is understandable. Isn't Jason Jordan injured?
Yeah, that's another rumor. I'll be sure to watch this at some point during the week, so I'll get back on it.
Then we will bring it up.
Yeah, we'll bring it back on the next one.
Then we go into Brock Lesnar versus fucking Braun Strowman and Kane. Okay,
this was...
Man, I don't...
The crowd was dead for it.
It
was. They were so dead for it. It made it a less entertaining. And it was basically just spot after spot. Like, just a bunch of tables breaking. That's cool and all. But at the same time, there wasn't really any drama to it. Like, there was no doubt in our minds that Brock Lesnar was going to retain.
Yeah, of course he's going to retain.
Brock Lesnar pinned Kane. It was an anticlimactic finish because it just came out of nowhere to me. He just knocked Strowman out of the ring. Lesnar hit the F5, 1, 2, 3, done.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't really like this
match. The match was bullshit.
But an interesting note was Strowman yelling, "You didn't beat me" to Brock Lesnar as he was going back up the ramp. So this could This could set up the rematch from No Mercy, Lesnar versus Strowman at Elimination Chamber, which is the Raw brand. It's turn to go around.
Right.
So, yeah, Lesnar retained.
Then we go into the Women's Royal Rumble, which is basically old bitches fighting young bitches. Dude, it was. Man,
I thought it was cool to see them come back. Tori
cool
Wilson, Molly Holly, Jacqueline, Kelly, who's not really old. Neither is Beth Phoenix. Michelle McCool isn't really that old either, but it was cool to see. Yeah, I know. It was cool to see the women from the past come back to interact with the women from today.
Funny explaining to Jay, like I was like, well, we had the conversation. I was like, well, how are they gonna fucking 30 women in here? I'm like, they're gonna shoot below the barrel. And
I had a feeling that they were gonna throw in some of the past women wrestlers from the older times.
And I was just like, Trish Stratus is gonna show up.
I didn't think she was gonna be number 30.
And I'm like waiting there, and
Lita
I'm like,
showed up at number 4.
Sooner or later, Trish Stratus is gonna show up.
I thought for sure Lita and Trish Stratus were gonna have a face-off because those two had a good rivalry.
Yeah, and see, that was the thing. They chose another person. Who the fuck did they choose? Fuck, what's her name?
What are you talking about? Lita,
Trish Stratus.
Molly Holly, Jacqueline.
No, the Phoenix lady.
Beth Phoenix?
Beth Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like, that was another one. Like,
her elimination kind of bothered me because she just, like, hugged Natalya after they got rid of Nia Jax.
That's
Through the second rope, and then Natalya just slapped her and threw her over. I was like, Beth Phoenix was pretty smart when she was still an active wrestler.
Man, that's what you get. Don't be like, hey, girl, what up? Like, this is, like, see what Sasha Banks did? She's like, fuck it.
Yeah, I was going to say, a couple notes. Sasha Banks in the melee of throwing out Nia Jax, all the women ganged up and threw her out. Sasha was not in the mix, but she slid under the bottom rope, but she came back and eliminated Bayley. And a lot of people have been wondering this for a long time. Is Sasha Banks going to turn on Bayley and unleash the heel boss that we saw when she first debuted and the one in NXT? And if so, that's awesome because I remember their Takeover Brooklyn and, what was it, Takeover Respect? I don't think it was Takeover Respect. But they had great matches in the year of 2015. They were the first women's main event of NXT. And WWE, I think, too, on a pay-per-view. So, yeah, it's pretty cool to see that. And then Asuka won.
Asuka won, and it was interesting to me that the WWE is doing this, and I actually understand why the WWE is doing this. So, Japan has a high population of people who like wrestling.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, it's a pandering technique, but a good one because they're actually decent wrestlers.
Decent, they're amazing.
You know what I mean? But
well, not amazing. They are amazing.
They're incredible wrestlers.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a kind of like.
I go back on what I said. They are amazing wrestlers.
But for me, this is definitely them trying to be like, "Ooh, New Japan ain't got shit on us." Like, do you guys remember Asuka and fucking?
I mean, Asuka. I don't think Asuka was never in New Japan.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and then Nakamura, of course, was a big star. He was one of the new Three Musketeers, with Tanahashi and Shibata before Shibata left the company, and then Okada became the other third musketeer.
Love
But
Okada.
what?
I said I love Okada.
So do I.
It's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying with them trying to be like, hey, remember these big Japanese stars? Here they are in WWE.
Like I said, it has nothing. Like I said, it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with pandering.
Didn't you just say it was?
Not pandering. What the fuck? Not pandering. Sorry, I was reading a fucking article about Ronda Rousey and retiring from the UFC. It has everything to do with they really want to get the Japanese audience.
Right.
And like,
I mean, they do have the Japanese audience.
They do.
But New Japan has it more because
That's
they're
what
based in Japan.
They are based in Japan, and that's why they're like, oh, you guys should come watch us. There's Japanese people here too.
Plus, Japanese wrestling, New Japan in particular, is hot at the moment because
it's fucking awesome.
Like, people have called this the golden age, and it really is. Like from the dark days when it was basically just MMA guys coming in and messing around with the wrestlers. Seeing it now, the in-ring product now, it's amazing. It really is the golden age.
Hitting each other with fucking light bulbs.
Yeah, that too.
That shit. But that's okay. Yeah, New Japan is fucking big. They literally just made an anime about a man wearing a tiger mask, and then New Japan was like, "Oh man, let's market the shit out of this."
But they made it Kota Ibushi.
They made Kota Ibushi tiger mask.
Yeah. Which is awesome in its own right.
It is, and I've got to get, like I said, I'm going to give you my Crunchyroll so you can watch some Tiger Mask. And
I could probably just find it on like YouTube or something
just
too.
Talk so I can talk to you about it.
Right.
And like, I want to watch the live matches too. Like, those are my favorite.
Yeah.
But like, that's the thing though. Like this, it was a good night for the Japanese audience.
And
because,
Japanese wrestlers, of course.
Yeah, Japanese wrestlers. Like, yeah, of course Japanese wrestlers. But the Japanese audience, basically, WWE put their foot in the door with the Japanese audience. It's like, hey, you want to see more cool shit like this?
But the question is, will they kick it down with them? I believe they will because, like I said, Nakamura and Styles was a great match in New Japan. If they let them do their thing here at WrestleMania, it's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
5 stars.
I'm hoping it's good because that Wrestle Kingdom match was fucking lit.
I know it's going to be good because it's for one of the main championships. It's for the WWE Championship.
Dude, that Wrestle Kingdom match was lit, though.
I wonder if this is actually going to be the main event of WrestleMania, though. Or if it'll be Brock Lesnar versus whoever.
It'll be Brock Lesnar versus whoever. It's always Brock Lesnar versus whoever.
I mean, last year it wasn't Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. It was Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. But
that was a dumb one too.
What? Reigns versus Undertaker?
Yeah.
I'd never.
That was such a fucking sad
I'm ashamed
one
to say this. I never saw that match.
Really? It was bad.
No, I bought WrestleMania 33 on DVD. I only got to Seth Rollins versus Triple H. I watched everything before that. But then I was going to go back and watch it, but I just never got the time to do it. So I will eventually watch it. But I know that a lot of people weren't happy about Roman Reigns beating The Undertaker. But at the same time, it was a great ride off into the sunset. Because as the old school tradition goes, when someone's about to retire or leave, they lay down for that superstar for them and let them beat them.
Yeah, but he did that with fucking Brock Lesnar.
But he came back.
I know. How fucking dumb is that?
I mean,
that's fucking ridiculous, man.
I liked his match with Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 31. You probably didn't because you don't like Bray Wyatt.
I don't like Bray Wyatt.
Also, after the match, after the Women's Royal Rumble,
that's
Ronda
right.
Rousey
showed up, and I'm not really excited for that either.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what she can do in WWE. What? You just don't like how I'm being opportunistic about these things,
you can definitely be opportunistic, but like, man, it's Ronda Rousey.
What's your doubt about this, man?
Yeah, okay. You know what? You are 100% right because she is a big WWE fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like how she's using Roddy Piper's
yeah, I do
shtick.
agree with that. I don't really like that.
I think that's probably why.
I think Roddy Piper did give her permission to
he gave her the
Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, and like he gave her permission, but like He's dead.
Yeah.
Like,
but this could be her way of honoring his memory too.
Probably, but like I don't know. Maybe I'm just one of those people. I'm like kind of against.
As long as they don't exploit it like they did with a couple of other wrestlers' deaths.
Yeah.
That I'm
like the Guerreros.
Yeah, like
I
Eddie
think
Guerrero.
I think that one was.
Oh yeah,
like,
Vicky Guerrero returned to the
Yeah,
Women's
Vicky
Royal Rumble,
Guerrero
too.
returned,
That was,
and like I'm kind of.
I got a kick out of it.
Did you? I didn't.
I did. I
Oh,
mean, it was
fun.
the classic "excuse me,
Yeah.
listen to me, pay attention to me," and then she just got thrown over the top rope and threw a tantrum, and she hit Carmella with the briefcase.
All right, you're right. It was
awesome.
fun. Okay, so it's a fun match. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole like all in all, like if I rate this, I'm gonna give it like a 7. Because like the Rumble was the Royal Rumble like all together.
I'm not gonna give it a grade because I didn't see all of it.
Right, like
so I don't think it'd be fair for me to give a grade for something
Right.
I didn't see in full.
Okay, for me, I'm gonna give it a 7.
All right.
Like from the matches I saw, and I missed one.
What was it?
The fucking tag team
cruiserweight match?
No, the tag team we missed.
Oh yeah,
we missed the tag team.
The Bar versus
that, but I didn't think that was gonna be anything big either. But like that was my thing. Like.
Yeah. But we'll watch that again.
Yeah, and we'll bring it up
Yeah.
next Friday when we record this again.
Yeah.
So this has been an episode of the Takedown Breakdown. I'm Kien.
I'm Zach.
Thanks. Have a good night. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.